3 years ago, robots from another planet invaded Earth and won in just 11 days. A robot called Mediator then announced on TV that they meant no harm, only wanting to study humans, and promised to leave when done. Mediator said robots don't lie and set one rule: everyone must stay inside. Robots implanted a device in every human's neck to catch anyone trying to escape, leading to instant capture. Floating spacecraft called control cubes also appeared globally. In England, a man runs out of his home, saying this isn't living and ignoring his son Connor's warning. He keeps going until a drone appears, giving him 10 seconds to go back. The man refuses, and the drone destroys him. Connor runs to the spot, crying, which makes neighbor Kate and her son Sean notice. They tell Connor to go inside as the drone warns him to, but he stays put. Before the drone can shoot, Smythe, a human working with the robots, stops it with a code. Smythe takes Connor to Kate's home, where she's already taking care of Connor's siblings Nathan and Alex, who don't like Smythe because he works with the robot. Smythe says it's a necessary job to keep them fed. Before leaving, Sean asks about his missing dad, thinking he's still alive, but Smythe insists he found nothing. Kate gets upset, and Smythe hugs her. The next morning, Connor goes to his old house to collect his thing. A robot guard called Sentry appears and gives him 5 minutes to return. Connor grabs too much stuff and drops it, ignoring Kate and Sean's shouts to just take essentials. With the Sentry approaching, he drops half and gets back inside just in time. Later, the family watches another broadcast from Mediator, repeating the same promises. Alex says it's lying because it's been over 1,000 days and the robots haven't left. Meanwhile, Sean draws missing notes for his dad, puts them in tennis balls, and throws them around town with a rubber band. Sean keeps busy, marking days on the wall, bringing tea to his mom when she's upset, and staying fit through boxing, running, and lifting. He also keeps sending out missing notes and tennis ball. One afternoon, the kids hang out in the attic while Nathan tries to fix his video game console. Sean sees Smythe visiting his mom again, which annoys him. The kids know Smythe wants to marry Kate after losing his own family, but think he's creepy. Connor tests the console's battery, shocking Nathan so hard he's thrown across the room. They realize Nathan's implant is off, and they take turns with the battery until all their implants are off, celebrating with a dance. In the evening, the kids leave the house and sneak around in the shadows without robots noticing them. Connor grabs a tennis ball, and they take turns carrying the battery. They reach the railway museum, find candy in the shop, and eat a lot. Connor discovers fireworks, and Nathan gets a lighter. Sean finds a drawing with a note saying his dad was captured after a big battle and that the files are at the school. The kids rush to the school with Connor staying outside to watch with the battery. Inside, they find a strange machine and hide when they hear a noise. Martin, a collaborator, walks by with files, so they follow him to the file room and discover Sean's dad is alive. They also learn Smythe killed his own family. They find out where Sean's dad is, but their implants start flashing, so they need the battery again. Connor uses the battery, but is thrown against a vending machine. The teens don't make it back in time, and a sentry arrives, capturing Nathan and Alex. Sean runs but is eventually caught too. Smythe stops the robots from shooting and admits he lied about Sean's dad to romance Kate. The teens are taken to the machine room, where Smythe demands they reveal how they turned off the implants, but they stay silent. Martin is brought in and it's revealed he was using a flashlight to send messages. The collaborators painfully replace his implant and connect him to a machine that scans memories, ultimately killing people. Sean mocks Smythe, who approaches, but the machine shocks Smythe, stopping the scan. Connor, watching from afar, rushes in and fires fireworks at the collaborators, allowing Sean to free Nathan and Alex. They escape while Mediator watches. Nathan sets a lab on fire before they leave. They hide in a bowling alley, use the battery to turn off their implants, and plan to find Sean's dad. They travel between buildings, reach the hotel, but make noise that alerts a robot. They hide, and the sentry leaves without finding them. They follow noises to a room where people are partying. When the kids are seen, silence falls, but Wayne calms the crowd. They meet the leader, Monique, who agrees to share information if they show how to turn off the implant. After the demonstration, Monique takes them to a man in a wheelchair who knew Sean's dad. He says his implant was removed by the watchmaker near a secret lake and mentions Slaughterstone. The kids are interrupted by a drone announcing a curfew lift for an announcement. Smythe appears with Kate, accusing Sean of terrorism and handing out wanted posters. Wayne stops someone from turning Sean in, and Smythe says any information should be sent to the castle. Sean's group decides to rescue Kate. Monique helps them avoid robots and leave town. At the castle, Smythe shows Kate a hologram offering land for collaborators after the robots leave, trying to persuade her to stay. Kate pushes him away, but Smythe insists he can change her mind. The kids reach a new town, but a sentry spots them and chases them. When it sees Sean, it freezes because his implant syncs with robots. Sean tricks the sentry into scratching itself, but when he loses focus, it fires at the ground. Meanwhile, Kate tricks a young collaborator into giving her the escape keys, but hides when an alarm goes off. She finds maps revealing the truth about the robot's plans. The alarm was triggered by Sean, who led the sentry away from Kate. Smee and his men try to capture Sean, but he takes control of the sentry, making them drop their guns. The kids grab the guns and demand to see Kate, who appears on a horse. Sean's distraction causes a guard robot to shoot down the sentry. Nathan chases Smythe, but Smee escapes by falling onto trash bags. Sean deactivates the guard robot and drops its battery. Kate, now on the beach, is chased by vehicles, which turn out to be the kids. After reuniting, they notice drones and escape. The group continues traveling together, with Sean sensing something different about Alex. Meanwhile, Mediator assembles a new army and orders Smee to capture Sean alive. It announces that scanners are coming to Earth to accelerate the robot's plan and threatens to scan Smythe first if he fails. Sean's group finds stones with graffiti, giving directions to safety. They follow the route, crossing 3 bridges, but a boy in the forest runs away from them. They discover a weak tent near a lake with a hidden fighter aircraft. Armed people approach, but Sean mentions the man who sent them. Danny, Sean's dad, rushes to reunite with them. A sentry finds the abandoned vehicles. Back at the settlement, Danny reveals that Smee had told him his family was dead, and confirms the aircraft is his from the war against the robots. The group hides from a drone, and then Danny takes them to the watchmaker, who removes their implants, except Sean keeps his. Smythe captures Wayne and tries to interrogate him, but Wayne refuses and is deep scanned on the huge spaceship that brought the scanners. At the settlement, Kate reveals that the deep scan puts people in a coma that kills them in days. The robots plan to scan everyone to steal their knowledge and creativity, explaining their long stay on Earth. The kids want to fight using Sean's power, but Danny insists it's a lost cause and that it's better to stay hidden. The next day, Danny shows Nathan how to use the aircraft, though Nathan says he already knows from video game. A loud noise announces the arrival of sentries, Mediator, and Smee, who promises to spare lives if they hand over Sean. The crowd fights with Sean's family, but Sean is already gone. Sean puts on his implant, attracting a drone. Back at the settlement, Kate tells Smee that Sean isn't there and that she'd rather die than be with him. Furious, Smee removes Kate from the immunity list, and a control cube releases a giant drill. Smythe threatens to let it dig until the ground becomes lava if they don't hand over Sean. Sean appears, controlling a huge spaceship and flying it toward the control cube. Mediator offers Sean immunity for his family if he joins the robots. Sean syncs with Mediator, gaining control over all robots on Earth. The connection overwhelms him, causing him to slip, and Mediator falls and breaks. Sentries start firing, and Kate is ready to surrender. But Danny and Nathan arrive in the aircraft and shoot down the drones. Sean guides the spaceship toward the control cube, jumps out before it collides, and uses a drone to pick him up. The cube explodes, making the sentries leave. Smythe tries to stop them but is killed by sentries, who now see him as a regular citizen. The movie ends. Thanks for watching.